Okay, welcome to the Elks Opera House here in Prescott, Arizona, and welcome to all of you who are looking at this video today. Now, I know that you've been in the Opera House before, but I don't think you've ever sat right here in the box seats.
No, I haven't, and it is wonderful to be able to see the audience and the stage at the same time.
Yes.
Now, I understand that this is your preferred space for doing the Artist's Path work.
Yes, in fact, at our very first festival last year, we performed here in the Opera House. We did a beautiful play from South Africa called The Syringa Tree. And then this coming April, we're doing our current project, Love Makes the World Go Round.
Well, now tell us a little bit about the Artist's Path.
We're a new organization in Prescott. We're a 501c3 nonprofit public charity. And I guess, you know, I think we take our cue from something that Leonard Bernstein once said. He said, "It is the artists of the world, the feelers and the thinkers, who will ultimately save us, who will articulate, educate, defy, insist, sing, and shout the big dreams."
Oh, I really like that. And you know, I really believe that the artists do have the power to create positive change in the world.
Yes, precisely, and that is really one of the core principles of the Artist's Path. It's one of our core beliefs, and it's something that we explore in all the work we do, which is the place of the art and artists in our community, with the belief that they do create positive change. And we do that through looking at different themes each year and through different artistic disciplines. So for instance, in our first year, we did the playwright's response to conflict and social crisis. And this year we've decided to explore the theme of love. And we're using dramatic monologues and dance and music in order to do that.
Well, I sometimes am a playwright, so is there a way that I could get involved with that?
Of course. I want you to enter something. And everyone out there who's listening, we have invited writers from California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas to submit monologues on the theme of love. And they should be about 5 to 10 minutes long. And the deadline is February 1st, 2012. So if there are any writers from those states who are watching, I hope that you will consider submitting something. Yes.
And then you, what do you do when you get all these submissions, all these hundreds of submissions? What are you going to do with them?
Well, of course, I'll read all of them, and I have been reading them, and they're so interesting. They don't all deal with romantic love at all. But I will select a group of 10 to 12 monologues that kind of come together and provide some kind of coherence to create a 2-hour show on the theme of love, really trying to look at all the facets, all the faces of love through the medium of the monologue and dance and music.
And I know that you have an excerpt with you that you were hoping that we could share.
Yes, yes. And you have it right there.
Yes, I do.
And it's an excerpt I think you have already seen. Is that right?
Yeah, glad I've looked at it briefly.
Yeah, okay. So now, everyone, this is a piece from a much longer monologue called The First Person, and it's by a playwright down in Phoenix, Arizona, Kurt Scheinman, who was very gracious and said that we could do this reading on this video for all of you to get a sense of some of the things that we're looking to present on the stage right here. Now, in this piece, a young Hispanic male or African American male, 16 to 18 years old, he has lost his father. And his mother has asked him to deliver a eulogy, and he's very uncomfortable with this notion. And he's standing in front of a podium holding a basketball because all through his 16 years or so, basketball was the medium through which he and his father really were able to communicate. So Kate Hawkes, my wonderful friend, playwright, and actor, is from Australia. But we're going to ignore that she's from Australia and that we're going to imagine that she's an African-American young male or Hispanic. And Kate, show us what you've got.
This is the beat of life. This ball, Pop's ball, was our thing. Here, listen to the beat. Listen to my heartbeat. You hear it on the street, on the blacktop in the heat. Sweat pouring down my back and Pop passing on the posts. Bump, 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 da bump, 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 da bump, bump, bump. No false tempo to the beat as it repeats to the pace of time. You know, when Mom asked me to do this, say a few words, I tried to say, no, I don't want to, but I couldn't. I only shrugged, and I thought she'd let me off the hook. She heard my silence, and all she said was, you could do it your own way. Use your own words, not mine, not Grandma's. Find your words, and you'll find his. You know how Mom talks. I had no idea what she meant. I remember just standing there in the kitchen, you know, and she looked at me heavy-like, and she just kind of raised her eyebrows and said, feel him and listen. Recall the love you learned from your father. The first person who taught you how to tie your shoes. The first person who held you when you fell. The first person by your bed when you thought there was a monster at the window. Well, I did. I do. I recall how he was the first person who taught me the beat of life.
Thanks, Kate. I really, really like that piece.
Well, and I know you're going to find the perfect person for it. But I want to get back to Path 2012, Love Makes the World Go Round. So what do you hope to accomplish with this?
Well, several things, of course, and probably more things than I'm really aware of at this time. First of all, here in Prescott, we have an enormous number of artists. So part of what this is about is giving opportunity to all of our artists, including our wonderful videographer, Terry New, who's helping us today. We're very fortunate in this community in that respect. But also, of course, the Artist Path is about looking at art and the artists and how they create change within our community. And then, of course, finally, one of the core principles of the Artist Path is that artists should be compensated. So often artists are asked to do their work for nothing. And, you know, they have to pay bills as well. They have to support children and put a roof over their head. So we believe that if you never pay an artist, that the message you're sending to young people is don't go into the arts, or that art has no value. And I guess I think that that's a message we should not be sending to our children. And you know, I believe in a more positive message, all the way from looking at the cave paintings at Lascaux, all the way to the 3D movie Hugo, which I saw just yesterday morning. You know, art makes us laugh, it makes us cry, it makes us think. It nurtures us. So I think that we need to nurture the artist as well.
Oh, I absolutely could not agree more. And so, Love Makes the World Go Round is going to happen right here in this beautiful, historic, restored building in downtown Prescott.
Yes, yes, and I hope that you will join us as a playwright and perhaps also as an actor. And those of you who are watching today, again, if you're from the states of Arizona, California, Texas, or New Mexico and would like to send us monologues, there will be information at the end of the video of where you can send those. And now I'd like to talk nuts and bolts for a moment.
Absolutely. Love makes the world go round and money helps.
Yes, it does. And our budget for this project is $20,000.
Which is not a lot.
Because it's a week-long budget. It includes 5 performances of this show. We're inviting a humanities scholar to come and speak on love in dramatic literature. We are partnering with the Prescott Film Festival so that midweek we'll be showing an independent film right here on the theme of love. So it's a big project, and we want to make sure that everyone who is involved is compensated. So we're looking for $17,000 from this Kickstarter initiative. And of course, everyone out there, I mean, no gift is too small, even though obviously it'd be lovely if someone wrote a check for $17,000. But remember that you can pledge as little as $1, on up to as much as you're able to or wish to donate. Also, we are offering lovely rewards at different levels, and those are online. For instance, we're offering cyber hugs for that first $1. So if you give us $1, you'll get a cyber hug. And then we're also offering some gifts, festival bookmarks, and this DVD, which is a wonderful piece on the restoration of this theater, as well as these wonderful note cards with photos of the Elks Opera House chocolates. We're also offering at higher levels, we're offering dinner at local restaurants, lodging at our sister landmark across the street, the Hacienda Inn, and finally, those of you who don't know about Prescott and the Elks Opera House, on top of the Elks building is this large, gorgeous statue of Bill the Elk. And we have replicas of that in bronze done by the local bronzesmith, Ed Riley, and we are also giving that at some of the upper levels. And so I hope that you will consider giving what you can, and again, no matter how small it might be, because, you know, after all, there are billions of people on the planet. And if just 17,000 people gave a little bit over $1, maybe $1.25, then we would net our full goal. So
and pass it on to your friends. If you've seen this video, send it on to other people so they can look at it and send it on to other people.
Absolutely. It's that power of the internet. And also, if you can't help us out at this time, you might consider going to our website at theartistpath.org, and at some time donate in the future, because we will need help in the coming weeks and months, because the event itself isn't until April.
And come and see the show.
Yes, absolutely. And always remember that if you want to...
Remember, when you feed an artist...
Yes, when you feed an artist, you feed your soul. Thank you, everyone.